What if the person you loved most came back as the very thing that destroyed your family? In the mountains far away from the cities, a boy named Tanjiro Kamado lived a simple life. Quiet, peaceful, warm. He lived with his mother and younger siblings in a small home surrounded by snow-covered trees. They were poor, but they were happy. Tanjiro worked hard every day selling charcoal in nearby villages, and despite how difficult life could be, he never complained, because to him, his family was enough. His mother's kindness, his siblings' laughter, the warmth waiting for him at home. That was his world, and he would have done anything to protect it. But one snowy night, everything changed. Tanjiro stayed late in town after selling charcoal. An old man warned him not to travel through the mountains at night. He spoke about demons, monsters that hunted humans in the darkness. Tanjiro didn't believe him. At least, not yet. The next morning, he returned home and found silence. Not normal silence, the kind that feels wrong, heavy, cold, still. Snow covered the ground, and blood covered everything else. His family had been slaughtered, bodies scattered across the floor. The warmth that once filled the house, gone. Tanjiro collapsed beside them in horror. His world shattered in an instant. But then, he noticed movement. Nezuko, his younger sister, was still alive, barely breathing. Desperate, Tanjiro carried her through the snow, searching for help. But something was wrong. Her body trembled violently. Her eyes changed. And suddenly, Nezuko attacked him. Because Nezuko was no longer human. She had become a demon, the same kind of monster that murdered their family. Tanjiro couldn't understand it. He didn't want to. But even while transformed, Nezuko hesitated. Some part of her was still there. That was when another figure appeared. A swordsman wearing a fox-patterned haori. Cold, silent, deadly. Giyu Tomioka, a demon slayer. He immediately prepared to kill Nezuko, because demons only brought suffering. That was the rule. But Tanjiro threw himself in front of her, begging, crying, protecting the very creature that almost attacked him. And for the first time, Giyu hesitated. Because Nezuko did something impossible. Instead of devouring humans, she protected her brother. That single moment changed everything. Giyu spared them, and sent Tanjiro toward a former master named Sakonji Urokodaki, a man who trained demon slayers. Because if Tanjiro wanted answers, if he wanted revenge, if he wanted to save Nezuko, he would have to become strong enough to survive a world filled with monsters. Training was brutal. Urokodaki showed no mercy. Tanjiro learned swordsmanship, breathing techniques, discipline, pain. Every day pushed him beyond exhaustion. But Tanjiro endured everything for one reason. Nezuko. Because while others saw her as a monster, he still saw his sister. And eventually, Tanjiro faked the final selection, a deadly survival test where aspiring demon slayers were trapped on a mountain filled with demons. Many never returned. Some didn't even survive the first night. But what terrified Tanjiro most wasn't the ordinary demons. It was one creature, a massive twisted demon covered in arms, the Hand Demon. It mocked the students as it killed them, laughing, enjoying their fear. And during the battle, Tanjiro learned something horrifying. The demon had murdered many of Urokodaki's former students, children, people Tanjiro never met, but suddenly felt connected to. The fight pushed him to his limit. Fear, pain, desperation. But in the end, Tanjiro won. Not because he was stronger, because he refused to give up. After surviving the final selection, Tanjiro officially became a demon slayer, and soon after, he received his Nichiren sword, a blade capable of killing demons. But something about Tanjiro was different. His sword turned black, a rare color no one fully understood, even among demon slayers. Tanjiro felt unusual, not because of his strength, because of his compassion. He pitied the demons he killed, because beneath the monsters, he could still see traces of humanity. That made him dangerous, because kindness in a cruel world often leads to suffering. As Tanjiro traveled across Japan, hunting demons, he witnessed horrifying things. People losing families, children abandoned, entire towns living in fear. And every demon carried a story. Some were monsters by choice. Others were victims long before they transformed. But above all of them stood one name. Muzan Kibutsuji, the first demon. The creature responsible for Nezuko's transformation. The man who destroyed Tanjiro's life. And when Tanjiro finally encountered him in the city, the moment felt wrong. Because Muzan looked human, perfectly human, calm, elegant, normal, standing beside a fake family, smiling like an ordinary man. That terrified Tanjiro more than any monster ever could, because evil didn't always look monstrous. Sometimes, it looked gentle. As Tanjiro's journey continued, He met others like him. Zenitsu, cowardly, loud, terrified of almost everything, yet unbelievably powerful when pushed to the edge. And Inosuke, wild, violent, chaotic. A boy wearing a boar mask who treated every fight like a battle for survival. Together, the three formed a strange bond, not because they were similar, because they understood pain. And eventually, their journey led them toward one of the most terrifying places in Japan, the Mugen Train. But before that, Season 1 ended with a realization far darker than Tanjiro expected. The demons were growing stronger, the battles more deadly, and Nezuko's condition remained a mystery, because despite everything Tanjiro achieved, he still hadn't found a way to turn her human again. And somewhere in the darkness, Muzan was watching, waiting, because Tanjiro carried something dangerous. Not just determination, not just kindness, but the potential to become a threat even demons feared. And from the moment his family died, Tanjiro's life stopped belonging to him. It became a war, one fought between humanity and monsters, hope and despair, love and hatred. And in the middle of it all, a boy carrying his demon sister through the snow, refusing to let go of the last piece of his family he had left.